Gen Z is giving up. Um, I don't know where to start with this video. Gen Z is giving up. I'm gonna kind of go all over the place in this video, but it just everything feels so far out of reach. Like it's just like the idea of ever owning a home is so far out of reach now with the median home prices, especially in the U.S. specifically. Said this before. Average home price in the U.S. is 600,000. In California, where I live, 700 to 800,000. Wages aren't keeping up with inflation. The economy's cooked. The job market is cooked. Success feels like so visible. Like how do I explain this concept? Success feels so visible. Like it's like in your face every day. Let's just bring up the social media. It's like the prime example. You're on social media, you see the top 1% of people's lives in every single aspect of, like, I guess, success, basically. So like looks, money, status, stuff like that, just lifestyles. You see the top 1% in pretty much every major success metric in life on social media every day. Since that's what social media is meant to show, it's meant to show the top 1% of people's lives and put it on display. And in that way, what I mean by success feels so close but so far is the fact that like you see these people like living the top 1% lives in every single metric, but it's like it's so weird because it's like you see it every day, but like you're not there. So it's like you don't know the gap between like where you are and like what that even looks like. And obviously social media is fake, it's curated, but there are some scammers and grifters out there. And with that whole thing of like, it's like with that whole concept I just brought up of like success being so close yet so far, it's like you see these people living the top 1% lives, and like there's a bunch of people nowadays selling you courses, bunch of grifters, bunch of scammers, and maybe even some aren't scammers. Some might actually be like have valid courses and stuff like that, like they actually provide value within their courses on like, let's say, how to make money, how to become rich, how to become XYZ. But it's like now people are kind of thinking like, okay, if this guy was really rich or like he feels really successful, would he really be selling a course? So it's like not one to one. It's just it's just all so confusing. And like the idea of, like I said, the idea of ever owning a home is like out of reach for us. We're, like I said also in previous videos, Gen Z, we're not gonna have pension funds and retirement funds by the time we get to an old age like these boomers right now. Because right now the boomers are, we're basically helping the boomers with their retirement and stuff like that, basically. But by the time we get to the boomers age, like by the time we get super old, we're not gonna have that, because that's all going away. I don't want to get into that whole pipeline. But basically just know that Gen Z is not gonna be able to retire. By the time we get to an old age, we're just gonna work until we die, basically. I've talked about this as well. Both paths you take, traditional 9 to 5, or you take the untraditional path like streamers, content creators, trading, crypto, professional athletes, entrepreneurs, freelancers, like all those other that untraditional path. Either way, a traditional or untraditional path, both of them don't guarantee success anymore. Even the traditional path, like I said, isn't safe anymore. The American dream is dead. It's already dead. I'd argue, not even just it's dying. I think it's already gone. American dream is gone. The middle class is going away. It's just going to be the have-nots and have-yachts, as they say. Wealth gap is only getting bigger. Like I said, with the wealth gap, it's increasing so much. Like the separation is going to be so big, and it's only going to keep going in that direction, where the middle class is going to be basically ruled out. The middle class is basically going to go extinct, as it already is right now as we speak. Yeah, it's just so many things I could bring up. AI, AI, like, unless you're like top 0.001% rich, like unless you're like a multimillionaire or any net worth above that level, unless you're in that category, like basically super rich, top 0.01% and above, or you're like about to die soon and you're like a boomer or something, you're about to like pass, you're most likely, very old age and you're about to die soon. Unless you're in those two categories, everyone is pretty much wondering if if like their job is even going to be around in the next 5 to 10 years ish due to AI and automation and stuff. We don't know what the political landscape is going to, political and economical state of the world. Yeah, we don't know what the political landscape is going to look like in 5 to 10 years from now. It's everything's so uncertain right now. Gen Z is bracing for some sort of impact. What I mean by impact, something's coming. About things about theories about UBI, universal basic income. Basically, what that means is like, once we're not gonna be able to like basically like have jobs and shit because like all the jobs are going away due to AI. Like once all those jobs go away and we're gonna be all unemployment is gonna reach an all-time high. And basically, once that happens, they're going to implement this thing called UBI, where basically everyone earns this, a certain like paycheck from the government for free, which is not good, by the way, because that means you don't control anything. Also, another thing is slowly everything is going digital. You're the whole quote of "you'll own nothing and be happy." I mean, that's what the that famous quote, the World Economic Forum. Yeah, that quote. It's only becoming more true and true by the day. Physical media, physical items, it's all going away. Like you're not gonna own anything. Everything is now subscription service. The Klarna payments, stuff like that. You're buying, but like what is it? Rent now, like pay off later or something like that. I forgot, but you know what I mean. Like the whole Klarna thing, right? Where you buy things like not in full and you like pay later in like increments. Yeah, that's also not good. The whole quote of like you'll own nothing and be happy. It's what the elites want. It's what they want. The people that run the world, basically. Don't want to get too like conspiracy theory with it, but basically, if you don't own anything, you have no power, because I mean, if you don't own anything, you have no right over it, basically, and thus you have no control or no power of it. And that's why everything's going digital. That's why we have subscription. We're living in a subscription-based society. Nothing you own will be yours in the future. I'm sure you're already aware of that. Man, it's just like, what do you do? Don't know. It's just like the constant comparison, like I said, with social media. It's just like overwhelming. And the craziest part is, me personally, I don't even have social media except for YouTube technically, but even then, I don't even have the actual app. I just, honestly, when I watch YouTube videos, I go on Google Chrome, but even then I try to not spend too much time on YouTube. But like I said, for the most part, I basically don't have any social media as of right now. But even then, like the whole comparison thing with like comparing yourself with like everyone else is just so overwhelming. And I'm sure you guys probably have already experienced this at some point in your life as well, especially nowadays. It's just like it's funny because like that's like we all intuitively know that like social media is fake, and that like it's not really, it's like a portrayed version of someone's life, and it's like their peak, like because they everyone posts their best moments and their luxurious lifestyles and all that stuff, like and how social media is supposed to show the top 1% and not the average person. That's the whole point. But it's like we intuitively know that stuff, but still, like it's, how do I explain this? Like we intuitively know that social media is fake and like stuff like that. Like it's not like reality, or at least partially. But like we intuitively know it, but it's like still our brain likes to compare. Like it's just the normal human thing, So, and that's really at an all-time high with social media now. It's just like it's super overwhelming. It's just so overwhelming in that way, where like you just can't stop comparing yourself to other people. And yeah, obviously you don't want to compare yourself to other people. Everyone's on their own journey. Like the whole quote, the comparison of is the thief of joy and whatnot. But like, it's hard to escape, because the social media is, and the craziest part is I don't even have social media, but I still feel this to a certain extent by the fact that I have YouTube and stuff, and I still watch YouTube and shit. And I see all these influencers and people living these top 1% lives and stuff like that. But I'm sure you guys could definitely relate to a lot of the stuff I've mentioned in this video. So it's not looking really good, and and I hate to say this, but things are only gonna get worse. Like if you think things are bad now, oh my gosh, just I don't know. I mean, unless become I don't know. Like basically what I'm trying to say is it's if you think it's bad now, it's only gonna get worse as time passes, and I think things are only gonna get worse before they get any better, in my opinion. So all that doom and gloom is just like it's like I don't know. I just kind of went on a rant. It's just kind of the fact that like it it's like basically all the stuff I mentioned the last 10 minutes is true, but like I would kind of just call to action. Just focus on your life. Try your best, dude. Like I know it's hard, but like try your best to like stay positive. Even with even with the conditions we're in now, just don't complain too much about the cards that you're dealt with. Um, you know, Previous generations might have had it better, but you're born now. This you can't really control when you're born. So I guess really just like do. I guess all I'll say is to end off is do the best you can with the cards you're dealt. Um, just do what's best for you, because I can't give specific advice based on the person, because everyone is different. Every viewer watching this has a different situation, but just do the best you can with the cards you're dealt. Try not to complain too much. Try not to focus on the doom and gloom. I know I just kind of went on a doom and gloom rant, listing out like A through Z what's going on in society, but yeah, it's just like I don't know what we're gonna do. All we can do is just just try and improve our lives. Focus on your goals. At least try and achieve. Go after something that you actually want to do, with like something that you're actually passionate about. Go after the life you always envisioned, regardless of how realistic or unrealistic. I would say that's my advice in the times we're living in, and try to stay positive. And that's it. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.